Hi! Welcome to episode 4 of Across the Globe. The intro is different, yes, because unlike the other episodes, this one is focused on my country only, India, and I'm gonna be making, or rather attempt to make, a bunch of dishes from different parts of the country. Because like I mentioned in episode 1, India has so much to offer. It's like almost impossible to cover it in one video, and there's just so many cultures, so much food. Like this episode was kind of inevitable. So the first dish we're making is a mushroom chettinad, which comes from Chettinad, a region located in the state of Tamil Nadu. Now, I'm not someone who's very used to the South Indian cuisine, as the only foods I've had are like idli and sambar, dosa, like the more common foods. So I wanted to make something I've never had before, and this dish, chicken chettinad, was literally popping everywhere, and I just had to make it to like understand what the hype was all about. Of course, like always, I'm a vegetarian, so I made the mushroom chettinad by blending toasted coconut and spices, sauteing that in onions, curry leaves, more spices and tomatoes for about 8 to 10 minutes. Since I made a lot of gravy base, I pan-fried potatoes, capsicum and mushrooms on a different pan, seasoned with salt and pepper, and then added the cooked chettinad paste. I let all of that combine for another 10 minutes until all the juice was released. She was thick, she was beautiful. I served with white rice and also some ghee on top. In simple words, it smelled good, tasted so good, and I loved it. Since we're focusing solely on India today, I thought it'll be really cool to talk about a very interesting Indian system of medicine called Ayurveda. Ayurveda originated 3000 years ago but is still trusted upon heavily because of its natural and holistic nature, which is why I wanted to share a few products from one of my favorite Indian Ayurvedic brands called Kama Ayurveda. These are the Anti-Acne Cleansing Foam and the Nimra Anti-Acne Face Pack from Kama Ayurveda. This anti-acne foaming wash is a lightweight foam for deep purification, and it smells so good. It dries out active acne, unclogs and tightens skin pores, and reduces the frequency of breakouts. The Nimra Anti-Acne Face Pack heals active acne and pimples and is 100% natural and repairs swelling and scarring. No, it doesn't taste the best. Don't eat it. These products are dermatologically tested and have antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. The best thing about these products is that you know exactly what you're putting on your skin, since the ingredients are clearly mentioned and are all natural. Honestly, you people know I'm too lazy to do skincare, but these products, they genuinely make me want to do it. They genuinely make me want to use them, and my mom actually loves them too, so a plus. I'll have the products linked in my description box and you can check them out if you want. Thank you so much, Kama Ayurveda, for sponsoring this video. Pav Bhaji. This is an iconic fast food dish from the state of Maharashtra. Pav are bread rolls and bhaji is a spicy vegetable mashed potato gravy. I love my mom's version of it, so I just asked her to make it. First, in a lot of oil, she sauteed some onions and garlic. A lot of onions and garlic. Then to that, she added about 5 finely diced tomatoes, seasoned with salt and pepper, and let that cook. On a separate pan, she heated more oil, fried the vegetables, a cup of spring onions, a cup of capsicum, and half a cup of cauliflower. You can use any proportions of vegetables you like, but try to keep the chopped sizes kind of similar so that everything blends well. She transferred the fried vegetables to the tomato mix and finally added mashed potatoes. These are approximately 6 potatoes, combining everything well together and then adding about 1.5 to 2 cups of boiling water. She mashed it with a potato masher and then left it aside to simmer for about 15 minutes. Then she made a tadka, which is what adds the intense complex flavors to the dish. It is actually very essential to season at every stage so that nothing lacks flavor. She added 3 heaping tablespoons of butter in 3 tablespoons of oil, added half a cup of cashews. Feel free to add more if you like. I just love fried cashews, so the more is better. Then she added more spices and then transferred this tadka to the vegetables. Can you see that instantly brightened the vegetables so much? I topped this bhaji with onions, coriander, lemon juice, and served with pav and steamed broccoli. No, you usually don't have broccoli with pav bhaji. I was just really craving it, so I made it. Bread pakora, a very popular Indian street food. It's essentially a potato stuffed bread dipped in chickpea flour batter and deep fried. It holds a very special place in my heart too because when I was in school, my benchmate used to get these for lunch quite often and I used to love them so much. Obviously, my mom also makes pakoras, but she makes like potato pakoras and onion pakoras more than the bread ones. And what can I say? I love bread, I love fried stuff, so this is just so special. I made a potato mash out of boiled potatoes, onions, chaat masala, garam masala, salt, pepper, and chili powder. Typically, this masala is also pan fried before it is spread on the bread, but I just wanted something really quick and simple, so I kept the process minimum. I took 2 pieces of bread, spread coriander chutney on one side and imli chutney on another. This was store-bought green chutney and it wasn't the best, but the other flavors compensated for it. I also added a slice of cheese in between, closed the sandwich, pressed it down and then sliced diagonally. I dipped my bread in chickpea batter and then fried it. I love fried food, but I'm so scared of frying stuff on my own. I almost burned the first one because the oil was so hot, but thank God, saved it just in time. I know it's not like perfect, but I think it's still really beautiful. I topped my bread pakoras with kala namak, a side of ketchup, and a serving of banana chips. If you've been around for a while now, you know a breakfast plate filled with foods from Gujarat is like my favorite thing ever. Onion samosas, gathia, dhokla, khandvi, spicy garlic chutney, mint coriander chutney. My mouth is literally salivating right now. Since we ordered food for breakfast, I figured I might as well show it to you because these are pretty special to me and I love Gujarati food. I wanted to make something out of that Gujarati breakfast plate I had on my own, so I chose dhokla because it is a classic. Dhokla can be made from chickpea flour, urad dal or even rice. I made it from 1.5 cups of chickpea flour, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of sugar, a pinch of turmeric and water. I combined this mixture really gently till it was runny and had no lumps. It is very important to make sure that the dhokla batter has no lumps because otherwise the dhokla won't be as spongy and light. I greased a metal tin with oil and when I felt like everything was ready, only then I added a sachet of Eno fruit salt to the batter. I mixed it very quickly, poured into the tin and steamed for about 10 minutes. Meanwhile, I made the tempering that goes on top of the dhokla. To a tablespoon of oil, I added mustard seeds, 4 green chilies slit, curry leaves, water, sugar, salt and lemon juice. I let it simmer till the sugar had melted. That's my mom's hand, by the way. She wanted to flip the dhokla. It came off very easily and then I poured the tempering on top of it. I also garnished with fresh coriander leaves and grated coconut. So I personally think I could have done a much better job. This dhokla was quite dense. It wasn't very fluffy, like it was pretty good, but I feel like I could have done better. But still pretty good. with dhokla that is a little bit on the denser side, the best thing that can be done is to use it to make bhel puri or like a chaat. Now, if I'm not wrong, bhel puri is a street food that originated from Maharashtra, but it is enjoyed throughout the country. This one that I'm making is the one I've grown up eating, and it's just, I feel like everything in this video is just so special to me because, you know, it's like, okay. I added puffed rice to a bowl, crumbled dhokla, added sliced onions, tore off a few pieces of papri, coriander, bhujia, and a lot of imli chutney and green chutney made from green chilies ground with water. I honestly do not think any sane person will add this much chutney to it, but I just like flavor, and as much as I can pack into a bowl, like, I'm gonna do it. I garnished with more onions, bhujia, coriander, and that is it for episode 4 of Across the Globe, Indian edition, and I'll see you on episode 5. Bye!
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone